I would start with one skill everyone must have, like everyone should learn.
Someone from philology, I want to say communication, because if the communication is not good, we cannot understand each other. So
One mistake job seekers should stop.
they need to stay visible, and they don't be passive.
And one mistake companies should stop.
They need to give the right value to the job seekers.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another podcast by the Hiring Room by JobsterX. So today we have another guest, Yağmur. She's the HR manager having 4+ years of experience. Yağmur, thank you so much for joining us and giving us your time.
Hi, Samar. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time today. So I'm very excited about this podcast today because I know you're coming from a different region like Turkey, someone I am interviewing for the first time. So it's a lot for me to also learn from this podcast today. So, Yamur, why don't you start off by telling us about your journey in HR?
Okay, I can start. Now I'm currently as a HRGA manager at Turkish branch of Japanese educational company. But my background is in conventional HR. So I studied philology first, communication theory and linguistic systems. And I thought I was heading toward academia, and actually what it actually gave me, and I only understood this later, was a sharp lens for how organizations communicate, how meaning gets created and lost between people, that become the foundation for everything I do today.
Interesting. Sounds interesting. So, why did you choose HR?
Yeah, because I realized the like communication is everything between people. So if the foundation gets lost, the this meaning between people, uh, so they will not be success. So I realized that, and I started to work as a project professional in HR, and that was my first look at uh, teams and operations and how HR, if done truly, blocks everything. So I want to be closer to that problem. So I moved into the people rules. I spent 2.5 years as a HR manager at some uh, at a company, and I built hiring systems, feedback frameworks, and engagement structure from for departments. And now at Gakyan, I get to do all of that inside multicultural environment. And it's a little challenging and fascinating at the same time.
Amazing. Like hearing someone with so much experience in such less years. Amazing. I mean, I'm interested now. Like, you made hiring systems and other tools. Like, amazing. Like, what was the purpose of you building those tools? Like, what was the thought process around it?
So because in that time in the company, uh, the whole system is broken, and they cannot communicate properly. They cannot understand each other, and they cannot find the right persons. So they hire the people, and after a few months or few weeks, there's some problem, and they said we choose the wrong person. So this is the biggest thing. Uh, I decided to build a hiring system.
Nice. So, yeah, one thing I would like to ask, what really excites you about HR today?
Um, it's a really good question. So sometimes I, sorry, I'm very excited still. So
Okay.
I really like people, and I want to communicate with them, and I want to solve their problem about anything, and I think I'm good at this. So I choose, and I'm very excited about HR.
Perfect. Perfect. So, in is today's hiring broken? What do you think?
So actually, hiring is a more sophisticated and broken than it has ever been. We have more tools than ever, like a LinkedIn recruiter, AI powered screening, pre hire assessment, and yet the quality of hiring decision hasn't kept pace. Here's what I see from the inside. Companies feel like they have structured hiring process because they have software, but systems and process aren't the same thing. So um, a well powered ETS with poorly designed job description is a still broken process. Or the other thing that's change is candidate expectation. The people search the companies before they apply, and they have read the LinkedIn contents before they started, and so it's very changed now. And if your hiring process doesn't match the employer brand you have been projecting, so they will talk about it.
I see. I see. So, why do good job seekers not get hired? Like, what's stopping them? Do you see any problem?
So I think there is a problem, and I want to talk about three things. First thing, job description that don't reflect reality. The gap between what the company writes and what the person actually does every day is often change. This mismatch wastes everyone's time and creates a terrible candidate experience from the very first moment of the contact. And second, this is one of the frustrates me most is candidate communication or the complete absence of it. People spend hours researching a company, uh, crafting an application, and going through multiple rounds, and then nothing. Silence, no feedback, no closure, no update. I think this is the most underestimated ground risk in HR. Every candidate who had a poor experience tells someone, and that shapes your talent pipeline for years. And the third one is the experience. The third one is volume misconception. The belief that more applications means a better outcome. It doesn't. So more isn't better. We need to change this thing because I want to say again, more isn't better. Just better is better.
That's true. That's true. So, through this podcast, would you like to give out a message to the HR professionals out there? Like, what should be your message that you want to drop that?
Um, actually, uh, um,
I mean, three
they
messages we already delivered. Like, one is shared feedback, the other one is like limited profiles. You can get quality from them. Any other you would like to add?
actually one that I said before, I think I don't have any other.
Okay, perfect. So, how many rounds of interviews do you think the job seeker should go through? What is realistic?
Um, so you mean job seekers, right?
Yeah, job seeker going through interview rounds.
Yeah, actually, job seekers that they just apply and wait. Uh, Passivity is a strategy, but just not a good one. The candidates who get response are almost never the ones who submit and hope. So I know the hope is better and they need this, but they are the ones who followed up, who stayed visible, who kept learning and updating their profile. The job market is not a vending machine, so you put effort in, you engage actively with the process. That's what get results. So if they want to get results, they need to be stay visible, keep learning, updating their profile. I think it's very important.
Mhm. So, is there really a talent shortage? Being a recruiter yourself, do you feel that?
Yeah, actually, so this is something I feel strongly about because I've sat on both sides on the table. The single most common reason qualified people don't get shortlisted is that they don't communicate their value in a way that connects the specific role they're applying for. They have the right experience, but their CV tells the story of what they did, not they achieved, and certainly not why it matters to this particular company in a particular role and at this particular moment. Um, let's think of this way. CV is not a biography; it's a business case, and the hiring manager is essentially asking, "Can this person solve the problem I'm facing right now?" And a CV that lists responsibilities without outcomes doesn't answer the question, that question. So it leaves the reader to do the mental work of connecting the dots. I think that's a big problem.
I see. I see. So, what's matters more today? Is it skills or is it experience?
I think skills. Yeah.
Skills.
Be-
Okay.
yeah, because experience, yeah, it's tell us uh, everything. But if let's think like this, you met someone who is trying to uh, reach the right skills. So or and the other side there is someone and he just or he or she just have experience but he doesn't try to involve new skills, new talent. So so you choose the skills.
True. That's true. So I need to ask you this, and I have been asking all my guests in all of these podcasts. So since you're a recruiter, and I'm sure like on your LinkedIn, you might get a lot of DMs from job seekers, right? What was the funniest one you have ever received?
Actually, uh, I apply um, one of the most biggest uh, company in Turkey for a HR manager role, and they want me a CV to LinkedIn a message, and um, after that I sent them. my CV in English, and they said they asked me that why I choose my CV in English, and I get I couldn't understand because it's a very big company
Yeah.
in Turkey, and I thought their um, language inside in English, and but they said why you choose your CV in English, and I get surprised. I couldn't give any answer. I think this is the
Interesting.
most yeah.
Interesting. Did you ever get a call back from them?
No,
I
they
see.
don't
I
want
see.
me.
I see. So,
Yeah.
uh, from your experience, and since we have a lot of audience being job seekers, so what is the one tip you want to drop to them? Like, this is one of the biggest mistakes the job seekers are doing. Please stop this, so that
Mhm.
if you avoid this, you can land a job. So what would that be?
Hmm. Oh, that's a good question.
Do you have a lot
So
of tips?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. Um, Actually, they if they spoke, um, so if someone wants to find a good job for him for her, they need to look first the culture of the company. I think because it, we raised with the culture in our family, our the country, in our um, city. It's changing. So if the culture match, it's a good uh, thing. But if you didn't search before you applied, it's a waste of time. You know, that for me, actually, I advise the people they need to search the culture of the company because if the culture match, it's a good uh, choice. So just
Nice. Nice. Thank you so much for that. So I would like to ask you, what makes you reject a resume? Like whenever you're shortlisting candidates for a position or for a role, what is the observation or what is the first thing you see in a resume in the first 10-15 seconds while opening that resume?
yeah. Actually, one of the mistake is they write too much details in their CV. So when we look at first sight, we just get confused. We cannot understand what we are looking for. So we need titles and responsibilities. Yeah, that's right. But uh, I saw three, 4 page CV, so cannot read it. So I think it's a um, mistake. So yeah, we need a resume, and we want to know about them, but we need to also so a lot of CV. So we don't have too much for them.
I see. I would like to also understand one thing since you are senior recruiter and you have been recruiter for the past 4 years now. So do you, as per your experience, do you want to say that the job seekers should have been given a feedback after the interview, or should it just be ghosted? Like the term that we use, we'll get back to you.
So uh, I think this is a uh, sometimes companies ghosting candidates after interviews, and this is another minor inconvenience. It's a brand defining moment, and unfortunately, not in a good way. So even a brief, respectful rejection uh, builds more goodwill than silence because um, actually every job seekers has hope and um, very hard work before that apply. So uh, actually we need to see this hard work when we solve and we have an interview with them. We need to give them a chance. If we don't if we don't accept them to the job, we need to reject. But ghosting is not a good way.
So I do understand that the market of therapy is a multicultural market, and since you do recruitment, of course, there are multicultural teams that you might have made in the past. So, what's the difficult part working in a multicultural team?
Mhm. Actually, uh, in Turkey, there is an economic crisis, and so in life, we uh, cannot say that everything is good now. So this is the first big problem, I think. So we uh, we, we need to uh, we need to see first this, and uh, sometimes I saw and I heard that they offer uh, more than they need more money to live now in Turkey. But uh, companies cannot give the people, but they want they want their work, but they're not motivated. They're not happy. They're not healthy sometimes. So I think first we need to think about it in Turkey, especially.
I see. So, will AI replace recruiters? What's your take on this?
Everyone talks about AI. Actually, my honest read is that AI in HR is exactly as a good or as problematic as the humans and the data behind it, and which means a conversation about AI in hiring needs to start with a much more fundamental question: do we actually have clean data to train these systems? And when you train uh, the system on historically hiring data, you don't automate good decisions. You That's a risk. Where I see true value is uh, administrative efficiency. AI can accelerate initial screening of high volume application and flag inconsistencies in job description, help structure interview question for constancy, and analyze survey data. Uh, those are real gains for us, but final decisions about people must remain with people. So, not because AI, because AI isn't capable of pattern matching, but because hiring is uh, is a human commitment. I think, yeah, we need to use AI. It's very helpful for me also, but uh, the last decision, the final decision is every time given by me. I think it's important.
So if I summarize this, basically, uh, it's fine to do the initial round or interview with the help of AI, but the final round should always be a human touch to
Yeah,
like
exactly.
how to. Awesome. So, what HR trends do you think is coming next?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So we saw a lot of things about it. Uh, but in my opinions, skill based hiring, the move away from credential as proxies for capability. So we are slowly and finally starting to ask the right question. Not where did you study or what title did you hold, but what you can actually do and can you show me? I believe this deeply, not just a practitioner, but personally. And skill based hiring opens the talent pool to people who have built real capability uh, through non traditional paths, and that benefits everyone. Like me, I'm uh, my uh, my background is philology and linguistic systems, but after that, I started to work on the HR, and I decided to work on HR. And but if the first person think like, what did you study? What did you have the title? If they ask me this question, I cannot be here. I couldn't be here now. So I think skill based hiring will define in 2 or 3 years in next year.
I agree with that. Like skills based hiring should be now like taken a step forward now, and you should accept that. I do agree as a I see it as well. So, uh, now we have our next segment, which is the rapid fire segment. And this segment basically, I'll just drop you one liner questions, and you would just give a one liner answer. Where, what is your thought process on this? Like simply in one line. So
Okay.
I would start with one skill everyone must have. Like everyone should learn.
As a someone from philology, I want to say communication, because if the communication is not good, we cannot understand each other. So if our goal is good, uh, but we say the words wrong way, I think it's a disaster. So uh,
You would say communication.
communication, yeah.
Perfect. So one mistake job seekers should stop. Stop.
Mm, they they need to uh, stay visible, and they don't be passive.
Okay. Okay. And one mistake companies should stop.
Mm. You mean companies?
Yeah, it means like recruiters maybe or HR professionals.
Uh, we- they 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 need to give the right value to the job seekers. So uh, ghosting should stop.
How do you build strong culture?
Uh, strong culture is a, needs a lot of things. First, um, it's it, the culture needs consistency first, because uh, you. sometimes as a company you decide uh, some rules, some new things, and you need to consist on it. If as a company you after a few days you started to ignore the new rules or the new things, I think it's not a good thing. So uh, first of all, we need consistency on strong culture.
Thank you so much, Yammer, for being part of this podcast. It really means a lot. You did drop a lot of valuable information for our audience out there.